100 episodes. This is the 100th episode of Retirement Mentorship. And if you have stuck with us all this way from the very beginning, thank you for being here. It's been a blast, an absolute blast. And some people wondered, I've been asked when they heard that it was 100 episodes coming up, like, hey, when you started this, did you ever think you would get to 100 episodes? And to that I say, yes, I'm assuming I'll get to 1,000. But it's still cool to hit this 100th episode milestone, and thank you for being here. If you're new to us, we got a lot more to cover, and it's just been a blast, absolute blast to be able to talk to all of you and share more of the things that I'd love to be able to share with clients in meetings. We don't always have the time to be able to get more of these great messages out there and to counteract some of the negative things that are out there, the bad news and the moaning and groaning about the markets, or the conflict of interest that are some of the other financial services out there. And so it's great to be able to bring some of these messages to you. Thank you for listening or watching week in and week out. And it's good to have you here. 100 episodes, and this is our 100th full episode. We've had some other short ones and whatnot as well. So, there's more than 100 episodes in the podcast lineup, but this is the 100th full episode. And so thanks for being here. So in honor of this 100th episode, we have a special announcement towards the end of the podcast here. But first, the main message of today, which is this: go fund yourself. Go fund yourself. Go fund all your goals and dreams and the things that you want to do in life. Right? We live in a GoFundMe world where we have people that want other people to fund their goals, other people to fund their responsibilities, other people to fund their dreams. We have sites called GoFundMe, some of which is used for legitimate and great reasons. But if you ever go browse that website, you'll find some of the dumbest things on there. Like people asking other people to kick in money for their beer money, or to go to a concert that they want to go to, or to get a tattoo removed, or whatever else. Right? Like people just wanting things, not wanting to do the work, not wanting to control their own money, not wanting to do any of the planning or action that it requires, but wanting other people to fund their responsibilities and to fund their dreams. And that's just not the way it should be. Don't ask someone else to fund you. Go fund yourself. Go do what it takes. Go do the planning. Go learn the information. Believe what you need to believe, and then act on those beliefs to fund yourself. We're talking about ownership, right? About owning your responsibilities, the things financially and otherwise that we need to do in life, and our dreams. What do we want? What are the things on top of our responsibilities that we want out of life? And you'll just get so much more satisfaction, so much more self-esteem in life by funding your own goals, by working towards developing a plan, or working with someone to develop a plan and working towards those plans. Think about this, right? Like you have certain people that want someone else to always take care of it. They want someone else to fund it, or someone else to pay off their student loans, or someone else to give them something so that they can get ahead. And if only my boss would give me a raise, or if only the economy would get better, if only this person would be elected president, then I could finally move forward and finally achieve my goals. And that's just never going to happen, right? As long as the power is out there, as long as someone else is owning your future and owning whether or not you succeed in life, you never will. And until you take ownership and say, you know what, my responsibilities, my dreams are up to me. And you decide, I'm going to fund myself. I'm going to do what it takes to make my dreams become a reality. Whether those dreams are retiring comfortably and successfully and being able to enjoy your grandchildren and other types of things, whether it's you're still earlier on in life and your goal is to do this or that or whatever it is, to have a plan, to develop that plan, to work that plan, is just creates an intense sense of self-esteem and fulfillment to work towards that. So don't rely on other people to fund yourself, to fund your own goals. Go fund yourself and enjoy that success that comes with that. And so how, right? How do we fund ourselves? How do we fund our goals? And the answer to that is all the things that we've been talking about, right, over the last few weeks of, understanding where you are, by using a net worth statement and a cash flow statement to see, hey, where have we been? Where we are at right now? Where are we starting from? Right? And you can go back and listen to those episodes if you missed them. If this is the first episode you're tuning into, go back and find the power of net worth and cash flow and how to make those sheets. And that way you know where you are and where you want to go, right? And then you work towards where you want to be. And how do you do that? You need a cash flow plan. You need a budget, right? We covered that a couple weeks ago. And how do you make a budget and why we need a budget? Whether you have tons of money or no money at all, you need a budget. Go listen to that one. And then we talked about how to avoid budget blunders and how to use best practices in budgeting to get the most out of it. And so today, I was going to make this part of the main episode. I wanted to show you some things on YNAB, on the app that I use and have used for a long time and highly recommend to you. But I realize like a lot of people listen to this as a podcast. And so to hear me talk about the show and tell that I want to do using YNAB and to just hear me talk about that just won't make any sense on a podcast. And since that's my biggest audience and YouTube is a smaller audience so far, I decided not to put that into the episode. But we're still going to make the video and you should watch it. And so if you normally listen, you can go to retirementorship.com/100, right? /100, the digits, retirementorship.com/100, 100th episode. Or you can click the link in the description. That will take you to the blog for this episode. And about halfway down then, there's going to be a video for YNAB in action, right? And if you're already watching this on YouTube, there should be a link right there and you can just navigate right to that next video. They're both coming out today. And so you can see that. And I would love to just show you, this is how you fund yourself, right? This is how you put money towards the things that you want most in life. This is how you cover your responsibilities. This is how you say no to the things that are irrelevant or that, they suck you in for a second, but ultimately are unimportant. And this is how we say yes to the essential. And so you want to see that, go to retirementorship.com/100, see that YNAB in action. And that's one of the primary ways that you can fund yourself and your dreams, by controlling your cash flow, controlling, your money is not the goal, your money funds the goal. And so how do we get that money to fund your goals and what you want to do in life? So go watch that when you get a second. Obviously, if you're driving, you're going to have to watch it at another time, but it's going to be good stuff. So here's a special announcement, right? In honor of the 100th episode of Retire Mentorship, YNAB, a subscription to YNAB is now included for all my clients. If you're a client of Lacrosse Financial Planning, my financial planning firm, you can now use YNAB totally for free. It's all now included in, just because you work with me at no additional cost to you whatsoever. And so, as you know, when it comes to my practice, I feel like we're becoming the Amazon Prime of financial planning firms, where we just keep adding services, keep adding things to what we're able to bring to clients, and without having to charge them more to do it. And so, now we have financial planning, retirement planning, investment management, estate planning with documents, right? We can actually get people the estate documents that they need, trust wills, power of attorneys, all those things, right? Tax planning with preparation and filing, right? So we can file taxes. We don't just talk ethereally about tax planning. We can do all of that, right? Insurance planning with no commissions, no kickbacks, no incentives to sell you one another. We don't even sell it. We just give you the information you need, give you the recommendations, help you make sure you have the right insurance and not anything more. And now net worth, cash flow, which we've done some things on that before, but now also budgeting via YNAB to allow you to fund yourself, to fund your own goals, to take control of your money and make it work as hard for you as you do for it. So that's all. We do all that throughout my financial planning firm, Lacrosse Financial Planning. But also, if you're not a client of mine, then at least for a limited time, I'm also going to include a YNAB subscription to retire members. Okay, so the YNAB subscription, I think it's $100 if you pay for it annually, or it's $15 a month, which is like $180 a year. So you can save $180 a year by jumping on this. And I don't know how many retire members we're going to be able to give this out to. So at least for a limited time, we're going to give this out to retire members. If you're not a retire member, you can go to retirementorship.com and sign up. Or there's always links, in all the podcasts and YouTube descriptions about how you can do that. And so we are, there'll be a status on this blog again, retirementorship.com/100, and we'll kind of say hey, are we still accepting retire members to join in on this? It's just a straight cost for us. Retire members don't pay me anything, so I'm not sure how many of you guys I can, afford to put on here. Obviously, my clients, we get paid from that, so we're able to include that in there as well. But at least for a little bit, if you've been following for a long time and you're actively engaged and you want that YNAB subscription, you want to try it, then we would love, because we're all about helping people retire successfully and stay successfully retired. One of the best ways to do that is to control your cash flow, to fund what you want to fund, and we want to help you do that by giving you YNAB for free. So how do you get that? Well, first you got to start the free trial of YNAB. You can click any of the links. There's some in the podcast and the YouTube in the blog for how to jump in and start that free trial. And make sure when you do that, you sign up with your email. Sometimes when you sign up for those things, especially if you do it on a phone or whatever, be like, connect via Facebook or connect via Apple or Google or whatever else. Don't do that. You sign up with your email. And then, you'll get into YNAB, you'll connect your financial accounts, you'll create a budget, and then I need you to use it for a few weeks, hopefully 4, right? It's a 34-day free trial that YNAB gives. So if you use it for 4 weeks, then you'll still have a week left in the trial. And if you love it, right, if you're actually using it, then you can go to step 2, right? And so we want you to do the free trial first, because if you just end up not using it, we don't want to be paying for a bunch of people who are not actually using it to be on our group subscription that we have, because we still pay for each one. And so we want you to create it, use it, and love it before we add you into our group subscription. So if you do that, if you get to that point and you're like, oh my gosh, like where's this been all my life? I love this. I love the control. I love the knowing where my money is and where it's going instead of wondering where it went, and all the great things, the power of budgeting that we've talked about in these previous episodes. If you love all that and you're using it, then you could submit a request. And that is at the blog for this article, retirementship.com/100. You'll submit a request to be pulled into it. And there's just a short form there as you enter the email you use to sign up for YNAB and your name and whatnot. And then we reach out and we suck your subscription into ours, so you don't actually have to start paying for that. We'll add you to that group one. So that is right on that website. So go start YNAB, start funding yourself, start enjoying the benefits of controlling your money. And again, go to that blog as well. We'll have a whole little short video on some great ways to use YNAB, seeing YNAB in action, which I was going to include in this full episode, but it just doesn't make sense if you're only listening to it. So go to that to see that. And again, just thank you for sticking with this podcast. I hope it's been beneficial to you. I know I've gotten some great feedback on some of the ways that it's helped some people, and that really just keeps fueling me to want to do it even more. So where do we go from here, right? We've got done 100 episodes. We'll be like, what more could you talk about? There's tons. There's so much we can talk about still. And one of the things that we want to start doing next, going forward from here, is incorporating some Ask Freeman episodes. And so, for a long time, we've had this email, questions@retirementship.com. You can send questions to that. And some of those questions I've gotten, I've turned into full-length episodes, and I've got, this great ideas for, hey, if someone's asking this, maybe other people are asking, especially if I get multiple people asking the same questions, like, should I buy a used car or a new car? Like that's a question I get a lot. And so then we did a couple episodes on that. But sometimes you get questions that they don't take a full episode to answer. And so we want to start doing some of these where we collect some of these shorter questions, shorter answers, and just put these into these kind of Ask Freeman episodes. And so if you have short questions and you want those answered, then you can still email those questions@retirementship.com, or you can go to retirementship.com/question to submit your question. And you can do that anonymously there then. If you don't want to be emailing us because for some reason you don't want us to have your email and you think it's easier to do it on the form, then you can just put a name in there just so we can reference who asked it. You can make it up if you want. And then you can just submit your question right there. And as we get those, we'll start incorporating those. So that way we can, because before I wouldn't necessarily create a full episode unless I'd gotten the same question a few times, right? Because I don't want to put all that work in it for one. But with these shorter form questions, now I can answer basically all the questions that we get and just load them up and start doing some of these periodic Ask Freeman episodes. So, and then of course, if we still get a lot of the same ones, we'll still create those into full-length episodes as well. So that's one of the things that we're doing. We got a lot of other ideas, a lot of great things that we'll be rolling out here in the next few months. And we're excited to continue to partner with you to help you retire successfully and stay successfully retired. It's been a great 100 episodes. I'm looking forward to the next 100, and we'll see you next week. Remember to go to retirementship.com/100, watch YNAB in action, start your free trial, start funding yourself, and enjoy the benefits of controlling your money. See you next week. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did enjoy that, you would love being a part of our free membership community. It's called Retire Membership, and you can sign up today completely for free. When you do that, you get a host of bonus and exclusive content that we don't give out anywhere else. For example, you can buy my book, 3D Retirement Income, on Amazon, but if you become a Retire member, we will send you one for free or give you the audiobook and ebook just for signing up. You also get additional bonus content, exclusive content, including client corner insights from some of the best minds in behavioral investing, workbooks to go along with our workshops to help you get the most out of it, and more ongoing bonus and exclusive content. Some of this you can't get anywhere else, and so we would love for you to join our community. You can join now at retiremembership.com. Otherwise, there's a link in the description of this video where you can sign up. All we want to do is continue to give you the best information out there so that you can retire successfully and stay successfully retired. So you can go in there, do that on our website. There's also a longer form podcast. I think it's episode 80 that will help explain what it is and what we're trying to do with Retire Membership. But join now for free. Get this and much more exclusive content by joining us today. We look forward to seeing you there, and thanks for watching. Cheers.